Do you want your English pronunciation to be better? ئایا ئەتەوێت بێژەکردنی ئەمریکیت باشتر بێت? But you don't have a native speaker to practice with? Don't worry, خەمت نەبێت. Today I want to help you with another important sound in the American accents. با دەست پێ بکەین, let's get started. The sound that I want to help you with today is called the flap T. ئەو دەنگە کە ئەمڕۆ تەرکیزەکەین لەسەری پێ ئەوترێ flap T. This is the sound the letter T makes in the middle of a word. The normal T makes a hard sound, T, but in the American accent, most T's in the middle of a word do not make this hard sound. They make a sound that is in between the sound of a hard T, T, and the sound of a D, D. Dangaka lenewan dangi T u dangi D dial. Let's look at some examples. Water. With a hard T, it would sound like water, but we say water. Butter. With a hard T, it would sound like butter, but we pronounce it as butter. Starter. It's not starter, but starter. City. Not city, but city. Pretty. Not pretty, but pretty. One very common mistake is to think that the sound of the flap T is the same as the sound D, but it's not the same as the sound of the D. It's actually in between the sound of the T and the sound of the D. We don't say pretty and we don't say pretty, we say pretty. Your tongue should be between its D position and its hard T position when it goes to make the flap T sound. In the Slimani accent, there are also some sounds that are in between two other sounds. For example, the way that people in Slimani pronounce kwe. This is a hard sound for me to make, and I might not be pronouncing it correctly even now. But this word is not pronounced kwe, and it's not pronounced chwe. It's somewhere in the middle. Kwe. Khalki kwe. The flap T is like that. It's not a T sound and it's not a D sound. It's a sound in between. Not city or city, but city. A normal D sound is heavier than the sound of the flap T. So maybe you can think of the sound of the flap T as a very light D sound. City. When do we use the flap T sound? First, the T must be between two vowels or between an R and a vowel. Pewista T lenewan du bizwen dabit. Yan lenewan R ru bizwenik dabit. 2. The T must not be in a stressed syllable. Nabet T le bizweniki zach dabit. If we look at the word water, we see that the T is in between two vowels and not in a stressed syllable of the word. So it gets a flap T, water. Or if we look at the word starter, we see that the T is in between an R and a vowel, and it's also in an unstressed syllable of that word. So it gets a flap T, starter. Try to practice today making the sound of the flap T. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Till tomorrow, hata sabene, khwa hafiz.